Hey everyone, it's Kai from Cool Collectibles, back again for another review. This time it's the Bandai Tamashii Nation Star Wars movie realization, a Shigeru Stormtrooper. For all the upcoming Japanese Star Wars figures, head on over to Big Bad Toy Store. They ship worldwide, so definitely check them out. Alright, so late last year they released the Darth Vader in this line, along with a few teaser photos of the Stormtrooper figure, and it looks bloody amazing. I love the box art and the sort of style they have with this line of figures. It's very classily done. And there you can see some of the photos on the back with Vader and the different poses and the accessories that you get. And I've been looking forward to this ever since December last year when I did get Vader. It was definitely my favourite Star Wars figure for 2014. So I'll quickly get this guy out of the box and give you guys a closer look. Alright, so this time they actually give you some instructions. I can't actually remember an instruction book for Vader, so I'll have to go back and double check that. But it does give you a look at the various hands and how you can put the katanas and so on into the sheaths and into the hands. So good to know, and some articulation there on the blaster. But here is what he looks like in the packaging. So all sort of very collector friendly in that sort of clamshell. There are the sets of hands, and doesn't that just look bloody amazing? So I'll get him out of the packaging. Alright, so here is the figure, and I gotta say the amount of detail and articulation on these figures is just incredible. But I'll quickly just go through the accessories. Here's the sort of pistol or blaster, so beautifully molded. I guess the paint app could probably be a little bit better with the silver, but the amount of detailing in the mold itself and the variations in the sort of brown and the silver and the black wash aren't too bad. I don't think this bit folds down, it's just one molded piece, so you can't sort of fold that down. But this little, I think it's the flint area or something, is slightly articulated, so you can sort of lift it up. But there is a warning on the instruction book that is pretty fragile, so just be careful you don't snap that off. But overall, a really nice looking blaster. He comes with the katana sheath. Would have been nice if there was a bit more weathering or paint sort of detailing on this, but it's pretty much just a flat brown sort of smooth sheath. But the katana itself is pretty nicely done. Again, I guess it would have been nice if this was metal or something like that, but it's just a soft sort of plastic with a nice sort of silver paint wash to it. And the detailing on the handle is quite nice as well, with that sort of fake sort of linen wrapping or whatever it is that they use to bound the handle. So that's some nice detail there. And of course he comes with the vast array of hands. So you get either some sort of holding hands, there's the blaster holding hand, you get a couple of almost closed fists, so they're probably holding the handle of the katana, for example, and these ones potentially just holding the sheath or something like that, and this is holding the pistol in the left hand. So definitely lots of options with the hands themselves, and all of them are very nicely molded, and I do like that sort of weathering detail as well that's you see on all of them. So there's all the nice sort of dirt embedded in the gaps and so on, so it's all really nicely detailed, so can't complain about the hands at all. But of course the main feature is the figure itself, and wow, I thought Vader was great, but I think this Stormtrooper is every bit as nice. So just getting nice and close to the head sculpt there. The detailing is just incredible. So I really like the sort of dirt wash, the little sort of details in the, I don't know if that's the Death Star or something along there, but you know how they've given homage to the sort of patterning on the real Stormtrooper helmet. Then coming down to here, so this is very similar to the Vader helmet at the back here, with this sort of samurai style. I guess these are called the Shigeru, which I think in Japanese is just their term for the foot soldiers, which are commanded by the samurai, being Vader. So I do like that beard detail there. So all of these sort of gold highlights are really, really nice. Love how the two pieces of the armor are held together by these they're fake ropes, plastic, but just love that look about how the armor sort of held together there. So you can see the molding and the dirt wash. I mean, these are the stormtroopers, and so they are fairly clean. The sandtrooper photos that I've seen of their sandtrooper variant are quite a bit more weathered and dirty than this, so just something to watch out for. And just look at that detail there. Love how all of these, they're all sort of soft plastic, so they don't really hinder the articulation at all, which I'll get to in a second. But just the detailing there, and so I think this is the I can't remember the term that someone did post what the term for this is on the Vader review that I did. Now I'm not sure if that's just for close combat or for their seppuku, or their ritual suicide if they ever got caught. So I think that might be the dagger that's used for that sort of purpose. It also comes with this piece on a swivel here, which is really nice because that holds the sheath of the katana. So you then just insert the tip in here, like so. Just pretty much about that far, I guess, and holds that in place, and then they can just articulate and pull the katana out of that slot. Going on to the rest of the outfit, there's the under detail there on the thighs, which is nicely molded as well, and then the shin, which is sort of similar to the Vader figure. Now I guess all the detailing in the Stormtrooper is almost accentuated by the fact that it's white, and so the details really do pop. On the Vader figure, I guess because everything's black, everything sort of gets a bit drowned out. But on the Stormtrooper figure here, you can pretty much see all the detail in, as it's intended. And I do love how they've got the little, I don't know if it's a bomb or something. I can't remember what it is on the real Stormtrooper. Some sort of canister there. So they've replicated that as well. I guess I don't see a sort of a pouch for the blaster, but I guess they'll just be holding that. And onto the feet, just the molding and the paint detailing is just incredible. Absolutely love this. So I'll just go through the articulation, and the articulation is pretty damn amazing. So you get a good range of motion on the head, so you can rock it back and forth. It's probably hindered looking up just by the back of the helmet here, but you can look down a fair way like this. He's on a double joint there, so you can sort of articulate at the neck and at the top of the neck as well, so you can sort of bend that down and look down a little bit further. The best thing is the shoulder pads. I thought that was going to hinder the articulation, but if you see there, you can lift it up quite a long way like that. So the shoulders here are on this sort of I don't know what sort of joint it is. It's a ball joint in there, but it can move up and down as well. So similar to some of the 1/6 scale figures. So the shoulder itself can move up and down. So if you want to lift it out to the side further, you can just pull that down and lift it out to the side. And I thought these were going to hinder the articulation, but they're actually on a ball joint themselves. So if you can see under there, there's a little ball joint, and you can sort of move this around, and it has a lot of play to it. So you can sort of futz around with that as much as you can to help the articulation, and that is just bloody awesome. It also comes with double jointed elbows, so you can see the sort of double joint there. So a huge range of motion in the arm, so you don't get that too often on this sort of scale figure. And that range of motion with everything black along here, you don't even really notice the elbow joint at all. So awesome pose like that. The wrist, so you can flex it in and out like so and rotate, so plenty of motion in that wrist joint. Waist rotation is very good, not as hindered as the Vader figure, I think. So it's got the ab crunch as well. This whole piece here is one belted piece, so that's all molded as one piece. So it doesn't really hinder the articulation at all. And these leg pieces underneath are sort of built into the hip area. So the hips, you can sort of splay them out pretty wide, and also bring them up quite a way forward. And the knees are double jointed, so you can bend them at the lower joint, but also there's an upper joint here, so you can sort of just get your finger there and just make sure you rotate that down and up like so, and so you can get a pretty good range of motion on the knee itself. So that's pretty good, and even with that sort of flexed all the way, it doesn't reveal too much there, so it doesn't make the knee too bleedingly obvious as well, so that looks pretty damn good. So you just flicks it out. And the ankles, it does have the ankle tilt, so wide range of motion there, and also the side to side, but unfortunately I don't think there is a ankle rocker, so that's probably the only bit of articulation that would be lacking in this otherwise pretty amazing figure. And I just noticed that they do have different moldings here, similar to the different legs of the Stormtrooper, and they'll probably do something similar like that for the Sandtrooper variant as well. So that's pretty much it for articulation, I think. It doesn't seem to have a shoulder, a bicep swivel, or a forearm swivel for that matter, but with that articulation and the ability to move the arms like that, you're probably not going to have too much difficulty in putting it into a pose you really want. So all in all, an amazingly unique sort of take on a classic character like the Stormtrooper. So I'll just grab Vader here. So here's Vader, and together they just look bloody amazing. So the scale wise, Vader's probably just a little bit taller, but together they make for one hell of a display. And pretty much everyone that's sort of come into my display room has commented almost exclusively on these figures as they come in through the door, because they really do stand out as something unique in the Star Wars sort of collecting arena. And yeah, if you're a Star Wars fan and go back into the history on where George Lucas got his inspiration from for some of the character designs, you'll definitely have a feel for where he got these sort of Stormtrooper and Darth Vader inspirations from Japanese culture. So I'm definitely glad that Bandai have started making these lines. I think they've teased Boba Fett and the Royal Guard. The Royal Guard looks almost like a ninja, and that just looks amazing as well. So there's going to be a lot of variants of the Stormtrooper foot soldiers. There's some with flags and drums, arrows, and etc. So there's plenty of opportunity to army build. And what else have they got? I think they might have, the Sandtrooper and probably the Snowtrooper and Biker Scout as well. So definitely taking this line to the next level, I think. And I think they haven't even announced the other figures for pre-order yet. But with these ones, you'll go a long way. And I actually ordered two, so I've got another figure on the side here to have two of them flanking Vader. So I would highly recommend these. They're pretty much sold out at all retailers, but I think Big Bad Toy Store broke it up into two lots. So there's an early shipment in June, and then there's a later shipment probably in July. So I think the June shipment is sold out now, but definitely check if you can get your pre-order in for the July shipment, because these guys are pretty damn amazing. So I hope you guys like that quick look. Just a teaser for the next review, because I also got something else Star Wars related, and from Japan, and it's this guy, the Playarts Kai variant Darth Vader. It's my first Playarts Kai figure, and I'll be reviewing that next. So hopefully you can click that subscribe button and stay tuned for my review on that next. So thanks again, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Cheers, bye.